You should not be talking. Okay, so on this homework, I know that you all said you have a lot of issues. First thing that I would have done is this as like I would go through the questions and see that it says, okay, the map shows certain locations. Use the map and the basic questions to the right to answer the questions below. I go through and it's like which equation passes through the gas station, which one goes to the grocery store, which one goes to the bowling alley, etc. So why don't I just graph them? Why don't I just graph them? So I'm going to label them A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So first one, y equals negative 1/3 x plus 4. So I go up to 4. Negative 1/3 means I'm going down from left to right. So down 1, right 3, down 1, right 3. Or I could go up 1, left 3, up 1, left 3. Okay, so I'm going to label that one A. Do the next one. Oh, the next one's not in slope-intercept form, which means I'm going to have to solve it for y. So I've got the 1x. So I'll subtract the 1x from both sides. So that's 6y equals negative 1x plus 24, because I can't put them together, because one has a variable and one does not. And then I'll divide by 6. So y equals negative 1 divided by 6 doesn't reduce. So I'm going to leave it as negative 1/6x. 24 divided by 6 is 4. So then I would graph that one. So its y-intercept is 4 again. But this one's a negative 1/6. So it's down 1, right 6, or up 1, left 6. And I'm going to call that one B. Do it again. C is also not in slope-intercept form, so I'm going to solve it for y. So I'm going to subtract the 6x. So that'll be 3y equals negative 6x. That's a negative 3, so minus 3. And then I'll divide by 3. So y equals negative 6 divided by 3, that's negative 2x. Negative 3 divided by 3, that's negative 1. So my y-intercept is negative 1. My slope is negative 2 over 1. So down 2, right 1, or I could go up 2, left 1. And I'll label that one C. And it's a lot easier. Just had to graph them, and then you can tell the answer at the bottom. All right, letter D. Y equals negative 7, so I'll go to negative 7. And if it's y equals, there's no x, which means my slope is 0, which is a horizontal line. So this one's going to be a horizontal line. I don't know why I did that. We'll label that one D. All right, then I'll go back. E. E is plus 6, so I'm going to go up to 6. And it's a positive 1/2. So up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2, or down 1, left 2. But I'm going to label that one E. F is not in slope-intercept form, so I'm going to have to solve that one. So I'm going to move the x term first. It's a negative 6x, so I'm going to add 6x. So that'll be 2y equals, that's a 6x, and that's a positive 4, so plus 4. And then I'll divide it all by 2. So y equals 6 divided by 2, that's 3x. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And that's like a 3 over 1. So my y-intercept is 2. My slope is 3 over 1. So up 3, right 1. Up 3, right 1. Or I could go down 3, left 1. I'm going to keep going until I find one of the points that hits. Down 3, left 1. And that was F. Oh, look, G. G's already in slope-intercept form. So it's ready to graph. Its y-intercept is -7. Its slope is -1/2. So down 1, right 2. That's not getting me anywhere. So up 1, left 2. Up 1, left 2. Up 1, left 2. Up 1, left 2. And that is G. And then the last one, it's not in slope intercept form, so I'm going to have to solve it. So I'm going to add the 10x, but I always move the x term first. So that's 5y equals 10x, and that's a positive 20, so plus 20. Divide by 5, and y equals 10 divided by 5, that's 2x. 20 divided by 5 is 4. So 2 over 1 slope. So I go to 4, and I go up to right, oops. Up to right 1, but that's not getting me anywhere, so I'm going to go down to left 1. I'm going to keep going until I hit one of the places. Down 2, left 1, down 2, left 1, down 2, left 1, down 2, left 1, down 2, bingo, right there. So I might just have to count out a little extra, and that was H. Woo, that's a lot. So how many of you all just sat there and tried to figure out which point the line was? Be honest.
Like you didn't draw the line?
Like nobody drew the line, they just tried to figure it out first.
Oh, I did that.
Yeah. But look how much quicker that was. That took us like 6-7 minutes. And then now I just gotta say what letter they go with. So which equation went through the gas station? The green one, which we labeled as F. So I just write F there. Just write F. Or you could have wrote 6x plus 2y equals 4. All right, which line goes through the grocery store? So I go to grocery store is right there, which was B. The x plus 6y equals 24. All right, which one goes to the bowling alley? The bowling alley is right here. This blue line, which we labeled as C, which was the 6x plus 3y equals -3. Which one goes through the movies? Movies is this black line. It's D, so y equals -7. Get these right. All right, number 5. Which one goes through the park? Here's park, that green line.
It's supposed to be gas station.
Oh, yeah, it should have been. Yeah, because my lines are a little crazy there. Yeah, because this green one would have went, instead of, if I would have kept counting, instead of down 3 left 1, it would have went up 3 left 1, which would have been there, not there. So this one, that's my bad. So this one should have been E. This one should have been E. Sorry, should have me. It gets a little crazy up here.
It kind of looks like
All right, so we said the park was the green one, which was F, sorry. That's the -6x plus 2y. All right, coffee shop. Coffee shop is this H one right here. We kept counting it out. So -10x plus 5y equals 20. Gym is G. Or G. Y equals -1/2 x plus 7. School is always -7. Okay, so school was right here. So A, which was the -1/3 x plus 4. And then it says, number 9, equation in number 3. So number 3 is equation C. So equation C, which is the blue one, in quadrant 3.
No, 2.
Who said quadrant 2? Oh, quadrant 2. Which one's quadrant 2?
Oh, I know. It's that one over there.
All right, Caleb.
Top left.
Top left, this is quadrant 2. So you could have given me any ordered pair that was on number 3. So number 3 was C.
That doesn't make sense. It goes backwards.
Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's because 1 is positive, positive. And then it goes backwards, 2, 3, 4. All right, so any ordered pair, since we're doing line C, I can just choose this one right here. So negative 1, 1. If you kept counting out your slope here, this slope on C was negative 2. So instead of going down 2, right 1, you could have went up 2, left 1, up 2, left 1, up 2, left 1, up 2, left 1. So you really could have said any of those points. So negative 1, 1. You could have said negative 2, 3. You could have said negative 3, 5. You could have said negative 4, 7. Any of those. I'll just say negative 1, 1 because that's where I'm sitting. All right, and then give an ordered pair in quadrant. What quadrant is that? 4. That would be a solution to the equation in number 8. So number 8 was equation A, and quadrant 4 is the bottom right. So let's look at A. Ooh, the graph quits going there. How am I going to figure out what point's in there?
Keep going.
You can keep going, okay? So on A, it was negative 1/3, so down 1, right 3. So I'm getting pretty close there. Down 1, 1, 2, 3, so right there. Down 1, 1, 2, 3, so like right there. Which that would be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, negative 1. So that one was a little bit harder. Or positive 15. I think those last two were probably the hardest part trying to figure out, especially if we didn't know our quadrants. But so looks like everybody's gonna get 100.
On iron cell,
Huh?
is this on iron cell?
Graphing?
I do a geometry on iron cell.
Graphing is on IXL, yeah.
How did I miss that? I'm done with rolling.
All right.
Is there 2 pages of this?
Just mark that. Okay, so today's lesson is pretty much identical to what we did yesterday. Writing y equals mx plus b, then graphing it, okay? But today is where we start the systems of equations. And a system of equations is a system of linear equations that contains 2 or more linear equations that use the same variable. So instead of just graphing one line on a graph every time, you're going to be graphing 2 lines on the graph. Okay, so still plot the y-intercept, bounce, rise, overrun. Now, you're going to find the solution to a system, okay, from an ordered pair. So from an ordered pair that makes both of the equations true. So makes all of the equations in the system true. And that'll be the way that you can check them. So once you get your answer and you're like, man, I really don't know if that looks right. If it's the right answer, when you plug it in, it would make both equations correct. Now, the solution of a system, we're going to add this in here, is where the lines, do I have any idea?
Intersect.
Intersect. So intersect or cross. Good job. So big important there. Highlight it, star it, something. Yeah.
We have a test on Friday.
What? Nope.
Well, we have school on Friday.
I hope we get a little.
I'm just hoping for doors. I like
I
Okay.
don't know school whatsoever. Everybody say don't be the liars.
Okay. Respect. Use the graph at the right to graph the following equations. So they're going to give me two equations. All right, so I'm going to do this first one in green, and I'll do the second one in red. And what's the y-intercept on the second one? 0. I'm going to add that 0 on there because if the y-intercept's missing, then I start at 0. So right now, I want you to graph both of those. Okay? Make sure that you put at least 3 points on there. More is better, but at least 3. Right, because it's missing the x. This one doesn't have the x missing, so it has a slope. Okay, so the green one, my y-intercept is 3. My slope is a positive 1/2, so my line should be going up. Up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2. I usually like to put one the other way too, so down 1, left 2. But at least 3 points. Right? Also, I don't want to see little baby lines. I need to see a line that extends the whole graph. Do not draw a small little baby line that just connects the 3 points you put on there. The line must extend the whole graph because they may not cross until a little section off in the corner. Okay? All right, the red one, y-intercept is 0. My slope is positive 2 over 1. So I'm going to go up 2, right 1. Up 2, whoop, there it is. See that? Right there. Up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1. I do. So, whoop, there it is, right there. Because that is where they cross. So, where the lines cross. And they cross at 2, 4. And 2, 4 is the answer. So when they say, what is the answer to this system, you would tell me the ordered pair 2, 4. 2, 4. Because ordered pairs are x, y. There's 8 lines, you have to find the point where all 8 of them intersected. Okay, real quick, I'm going to check this answer. Okay, so when you check them, you have to check 2, 4 to make sure that they're both true. All right, so I'm going to check the first one. What number would I plug in for y? 4. So 4 equals 1/2 times x. What number am I going to plug in for x? 2 plus 3. So what is half of 2? 1, and 1 plus 3 is? So bingo, that one's good, because it's supposed to equal 4. 4 equals 4. But it has to make both of them true. Okay? And you all are going to need this skill for when we get to the harder stuff. Because it's not always going to be obvious. Okay, and then I'll check the red one. which is just y equals 2x. I don't have to put the plus 0 on there when I check it. So what number am I putting in for y? 4. What number am I putting in there for x?
2.
And what is 2 times 2? So is this the right answer? Yes. It made both of them true. Now, if it only makes one of them true, then no, it would not be the correct answer, which means you probably graphed your lines incorrectly. But it has to make them both work out. Yes, Kate?
Will we ever add that in other mom?
Not probably till after. Yeah.
So do they so they always have to intersect?
They don't always have to intersect, and we'll get to that tomorrow. Okay, using the problem above, describe in your own words how graphing equations can help you find the solution to a system of equations. And the solution is just where they intersect. It's just a quick way to find the answer to both of them, and that's where they cross. We don't have to write it. Okay, so this first one here, it says graph the equations below to find the solution to the system of equations. Then use the check step to prove that the solution works in both equations. Show all your work. All right, so we're going to do the first one together, and then I'm going to let you try and record. Brian's tired, I hold back a minute. No?
He does, yes.
All right, so let's look at number 3, the first one. The first one, my y-intercept is 3, and my slope is -1/2. So down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2, or up 1, left 2, up 1, left 2. It's at least 3. If you're quick at counting, I add a couple more. Just for security. All right, the second equation, the x is missing. If the x is missing, then it's always going to be a horizontal line. If the y is missing, it's going to be a what? Vertical line. So since the x is missing, y equals 5, I go to y equals 5, and it's a horizontal line. There's y equals 5, and it's a horizontal line. Whoop, there it is. So the difference is here is that if it's y equals a number and it's missing the x, it will always be a horizontal line. Okay? If it's x equals some number, which means it's missing the y, it's going to be vertical. I'll keep that up there for a while. It won't be there quiz testing, but. Because if it's y equals, that means it's missing the slope, which means the slope is 0. So that's why it's flat. But if it's missing the y, then it's not like a full slope intercept form. It doesn't have a slope. So it's undefined. So like here the slope's 0, but here it doesn't even have a chance to have a slope because there's no number in front of the x.
Why is the y-intercept?
Well, because that 5 is the y-intercept because the y-intercept is always the number that doesn't have the x on it. All right, what is my solution? -4, 5. So x comma y. So x is -4, y is 5. And I don't care if you mentally check these instead of writing them out, I'll be fine. We can't really check the second one because y equals 5 is any value on the line y equals 5. But this first one, what's half of 4? And a negative times a negative is a positive, so what's 2 plus 3? Bingo. That's what it should be. All right, why don't you all try number 4 yourself?
They're going to the library.
So number 4. All right, so I'm gonna go for this first one. The y-intercept's -2. My slope is positive 1/3, so my line should be going up. So up 1, right 3, up 1, right 3. Or I could go down 1, left 3. Everybody good on that line? All right, next one. Y-intercept is +2. Slope is -1. So -1/1. So down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, down 1. Whoop, there it is. You don't like that? Yeah. What? No, I didn't. I know yesterday our license expired for Google Record, so I couldn't record anything correctly, so it was a mess. All right, so this is at what repair? 3, -1. All right, 1/3 times 3. What's 1/3 of 3? 1, and 1 minus 2 is -1. -1 times 3 is -3, plus 2, -1. So it's good. All right, real quick before we do number 5, I want you to solve that first one for y. So I'm going to make sure you can practice from that skill that we did yesterday. Solve it for y. So move the x term over first. All right, so what should you do first to solve that for y? Add the 6x. Add the 6x to both sides. So those will cancel out, so I'm left with 2y equals, I always write the x term first. It's a plus 6x, so it's a positive 6x. It's a -8, so it's a -8. Then I'll divide everything by 2. So y equals 6 divided by 2, that's 3x. -8 divided by 2 is -4. So you should have gotten. If you're still struggling on that skill, see me during the class today. Come down here. We'll work on it. All right, so the y-intercept is -4. My slope is 3/1, so up 3, right 1, up 3, right 1, up 3, right 1. All right, you graph the other line, tell me where they cross. Anybody whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Shaka, laka, shaka, laka. Did you just draw a baby one?
I have a picture folder.
Alright, so +6, -2/1, so down 2, right 1. Whoop, there it is. What point is that?
2, 2.
2, 2.
You think everything is the same.
Gosh, I did. In my head up there, I'm singing TikTok songs in my head while I had a layoff.
Is this homework? I'm not ever on to that anymore. I actually watch Disney Plus.
What are you watching on the TikTok?
Simpsons.
Luca. I love Luca.
That came out on my girl's birthday. We said you were, why said you were.
Yeah, we're gonna work on it right now. Number seven will be a bonus question.